Good morning, and welcome to Winnipeg. Welcome to Pizza Day. Okay. Now, I'm noticing that the birds are not frequenting the bird feeder quite as much in the last 24 hours as they did earlier this week. I guess it'd be last week now because this is the first day of this week. Anyway, in fact, there's no birds at the bird feeder at the moment. they flew off. So I think probably what's happened is they probably were, you might say, going in flocks from the northern part of Canada to down into the, you might say, the United States, where it's nice and warm. Southern United States, that is, for the winter. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I'm not a bird expert, but you just sort of can only go by what you see, right? Anyway, I did come back to the model table here yesterday. Yeah, last night. And we're going to have a rollback. And yeah, some of you are going to notice we got some painting done here. There's a long, tedious session of painting, but at least I put music in with it, so it's not too bad. Well, one nice thing about my videos, there's several things you can do when you're watching them. You can either click them off, or you can fast forward through them. Yeah, or don't start watching at all. You know, I mean, they're really customizable. I make them specially that way, so if you don't want to watch, you don't have to. You just turn it off. Okay. We're kind of being silly here today, aren't we? Okay. Why don't we just sort of roll back and see what happened yesterday? Now, I was able to get out yesterday for what you might call a quick scoot. Yeah, and I wasn't out for the big long ride like I had, 3 days ago, where I was out there for well over 2 hours. I was only out for 1 hour and 15 minutes altogether, which was more than enough considering it was kind of cold. And there was some pretty ominous looking clouds moving in from the northwest. I didn't want to get wet. So I quit. But for this time of year, I'm pretty lucky yet. Anyway, yeah, I got out for a quick scoot. Okay, I'm guessing approximately 6 hours now has passed since we painted these. And my hope for this evening is to try and get the first coat of the 77 down on the deck here and here, and maybe down in the bottom of this, although I'm probably going to end up touching the sides of the inside and spoiling things. I don't know it's real important that I actually do down in the bottom there. But what I wanted to show you here is this was that flange that was completely smothered in the with the paint. I mean, it was more than pooling. It was almost running over the edge. I'll see if I can do a side-by-side comparison so you can just see how this paint's, you might say, so wonderfully shrink-wrapped around the detail here. And also I think on the back, if I'm not mistaken, it was really bad. But it was actually slumping and hanging down off the back on one of these. I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, it's not that way now. So yeah, we lucked out, you might say. Okay, let's recompose here and see if we can get some 77 on our deck. Okay, here's what's happened. We have actually paged back to step number 5, way back. And the reason being is I was trying to figure out what is it that's supposed to go in there. I was pretty sure it was one of these things, but when I went to try and find it, or actually we need two of them, I couldn't find them anywhere, and I was pretty sure I'd made up as many as, it had said. But I also have a faint recollection of a viewer commenting saying, you've accidentally glued, now I could be wrong, but I think he said you glued one of these in place, or two of these in place where you were supposed to glue something different. And I said, well, I'd probably make a real mess of things if I tried to break it loose now. And I'm pretty sure it was one of these things. So that's probably what's happened. Because one of these is supposed to go in here, and the same on the number 3 turret. And now, fortunately, we do have extras of these. In fact, quite a few extras. But I'm pretty sure I did make the 22 up. So I'm just gonna quickly nip these off and go ahead and do them off camera. And the reason I wanted to see what goes in there is because I wanted to see what color these were now. If these were a dark color, then I didn't want to be painting the bottom of the tub here a dark color, because it wouldn't contrast. So maybe what I will do is I will probably do these in the 66, because I believe that's what we did all the others in. And if you remember, these are the ones that had to have that photo etch on, little tiny pieces of photo etch on the side, and I tried, and then I just gave up. So that's what these are. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly make up 2 here. Oh, just one more thing. We do have the 3 20 millimeter guns that have to go in these 3 holes. Okay, here's what's happening. I am not going to paint the bottom of this tub. These are the little optical units that I just made up here. I painted them to 66. And if I paint the bottom of the tub, they are not going to show up as readily as if I just leave it the way it is. Okay, so we got those made up now. Okay, let's put the first coat on our deck here. gonna let that dry now and give it a second coat. And I think it's gonna look okay. I know it looks really blotchy right now, but I think after the second coat is dried, it's gonna look pretty good. Okay, I'm kind of debating here. Should I keep going this evening? I'm feeling a little bit energetic, which is really rare for me, especially at 8 o'clock. I think, though, that I better wind it up. I was going to put some ladders on using our clear coat here. And, yeah, let's not push it here. Let's just enjoy ourselves and do this model in a relaxing way. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. We did not too bad this evening. So we'll see you in the morning. Okay, it is morning. And probably, I'm guessing, half an hour ago or so, I finished putting the second coat of the number 77 on our decks here. And it's pretty much dry already. I don't think I'm going to put a third coat on. It might make it a little bit less blotchy than it is. But I think by the time we get all the pieces down, like for instance this one right here, there's going to be 7 pieces. There's going to be 3 20mm guns and 4 ammo boxes. And this one here is going to have a fairly large module on it. One of those, I think it's one of those double quad guns or something like that. Okay. And there are little boxes, of course, they're going to have these things that we made up yesterday. Yeah, now what I think I'll do is we'll put on the life rafts, and I'll probably be letting gravity be my friend again. Maybe what I'll do is I'll start with this one over here, and that way I'm not going to accidentally smudge anything with my big clumsy fingers that isn't quite dry yet. It's I think they're pretty much dry, but of course not cured. Okay, so we'll just set these off to the side here, very carefully, of course. And we'll recompose. We'll let gravity be our friend. Maybe I'll use the helping hands carefully so that I don't mark anything. You know what? I should maybe be going and washing my greasy fingers off. I was outside a little while ago patting Missy, and by the way, it's raining outside. I might not get out today. Yeah, but that's the way it goes. Pretty soon it's going to be snow, and I definitely won't be going out. Okay, let's wash our hands and recompose. Okay, best I remember, these are fairly flat on the bottom. Oh no, they're not. I was going to use the extra thin, but I definitely won't be now. Okay. Let's see what will be the best way to do this here, because I don't want to be smearing it all over the place. Maybe I should be doing a bit of a dry run. You can see the marks there where these are supposed to go, so there's no guessing involved. I think once I drop it in place, more or less, try not to be yeah, maybe I should be I'm just going to push stop here and think about this. Okay, I've changed my angle slightly here so that I can get in a little bit better. Now, yeah, I don't have to twist my wrist around like some sort of a robot. All right, let's just give this a whirl here. Now, here's my thinking on this. If I get it fairly thick on the inside, it probably will have a tendency to flow down. Okay, now don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. Okay, I think that is about as square as I can get it here. No, I'm hoping that Tamiya thick will sort of run down. Because the life raft on the underside is the same as it is on the top, and it's going to have these little ridges that are going to be holding it up. So basically all that's going to be happening is the ridges are going to be adhering to the painted surface, which is not going to be all that good. So, yeah, I suppose what I could have done, maybe what I could have done, well, it's too late now, is I could have sanded this whole thing, put this on a sanding disc, and sanded it so that there was more of a surface area. Well, like I say, it's kind of late now, at least for this one. But yeah, let's just sand those off. No, I don't think anybody's going to notice if it's 1/4 of a millimeter closer to the, or less to the surface of the deck or the side of the superstructure or not. Yeah, let's just recompose here and sand those down. Okay. I got a ways to go. Uh-oh, I'm getting sawdust in the. Well, I can always clean that out, I guess, with a little paintbrush. Yeah, there we go. Well, that should adhere to the deck now. I don't want to go right down to the to the planking or whatever, the grating on the other side. I just wanted to, yeah, that should be good. Okay, let's quit while we're ahead here. And where's a little brush? Should be able to clean that out. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm just doing a dry run here. I think that'll work. Okay. Now, in the best interest of time here, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put the other 10 rafts on off camera and get them done. I'll be doing them the same way as I did the last one, sanding the ridges off. Otherwise, we're never going to get to our 1/48 scale submarine, which, by the way, I am quite aware of how large it is. People keep reminding me, it's 5 feet long. Well, my table is 8 feet long. And that was the kit that I almost bought before I got the Bismarck. And so I'm pretty much aware of what I'm getting myself into. And as I mentioned before, It's those figures that I'm kind of worried about. I'm kind of hoping that our friend Gabe is going to say, well, maybe I can help you with those. On the other hand, he might be sick of helping me. Now, as for our sunrise this morning, well, for those of you who like to see it, it was a little bit brighter than yesterday morning, but not much. And for a while there, I thought possibly we were going to get a bit of color going on once the sun actually broke the horizon, but we didn't. Yeah, this is what we got. Well, at least it did rise, even if we couldn't see it. This is the last of the 10 pieces. I'll probably sand it down the ends of my fingertips here. Yeah. Okay. You know what, Ron? You've done really good here this morning. I think you deserve a treat. Now, if you will remember, we made a really large piece of a large pizza, and I cut it into 8 pieces. This is one of the 8 pieces. And looking at this one here, I'm thinking I probably could have got 16 pieces because, it's pretty big. I think I'm going to probably do the same thing with this one that I did last Sunday, or Pizza Day. And that is I'm going to, I'm going to have a bite, of course, but I think I'm just going to save most of it and mix it in with mixed vegetables again. Well, they are all on, all 12 of them, and for the most part they're on pretty good, at least from arm's length. Okay, I am going to call this episode quits. Whether or not I'm going to be coming back later this afternoon or this evening, I don't know. I guess we'll know tomorrow. In the meantime, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we will see you tomorrow.